Sometimes teams don't even have to win a CIF championship to make history. Such is the case with the 2018-2019 Mary Star of the Sea High School girls basketball team, as they made the trek to Montclair High School on February 26, 2019 in the CIF State Southern California Division V Regional Playoff game. Both of these teams had hard-luck losses in the CIF Southern Section Division V AA playoffs to eventual champion Linfield Christian, with the Stars losing in the semifinals and the host Cavaliers falling to the Lions in the championship game itself. From the opening tip, it was clear this game would be a defensive dogfight, and that's exactly what Mary Star wanted. All CIF Southern Section point guard Isabella Serrano would get the scoring early for the Stars with the steal and drive to the basket in the first quarter. But the Stars had to overcome a ragged offensive start in that opening 8 minutes. Lorraine Medina's post-move basket here would be the only other basket Mary Star would score, as they would trail 9-4 to Montclair at the end of the first period. The Cavaliers would take a 13-6 lead in the early stages of the second stanza, but Isabella Serrano would keep the Stars in the game with this mid-range shot from the left corner. Then a couple of minutes later, she would get a clutch steal from behind on what would have been a fast break. But it ended up being a fast break the other way when Serrano hit another mid-range shot to make it 13-10. After Montclair scored, the Stars were in dire need of a spark, and Caitlin Oase would provide it with this big three-pointer, taking advantage of a sagging Montclair defense. Speaking of which, the Stars' pressure defense would immediately force a turnover on the inbound. Then shortly after, the Stars would work the ball around to their number one sharpshooter and forward Carla Rocha, and she would drill this three-pointer from the left corner to put the Stars ahead for good at 16-15. Oase would add a free throw in the latter seconds of the second period, and the Stars would take a slim 17-15 lead into halftime. Montclair would score the first bucket of the third quarter to tie the game at 17, but then the Stars would immediately answer with Medina inside. Montclair would later tie it again, and this time Mary Star would look to Sarah Leyva, an all-league forward and two-sport standout, as her drive to the hoop put the Stars ahead at 21-19. Montclair would hit a free throw and the Stars would answer yet again when Haley Haramia nailed this three-point shot to make it 24-20. The Stars would take a 25-22 lead into the fourth quarter, where Serrano would have her last bit of offensive flurry. First, by opening off the period with a three-pointer from the left wing. And after a Montclair layup, Serrano would get a nice backdoor feed from Leyva to lay it in for her final 2 of her 11 points on the night, as she would foul out shortly later. With Serrano gone, Montclair failed to put the game away, as Medina's layup off of Rocha's assist made it 32-27 with 3 minutes left. With under 2 minutes remaining, Oase would score Mary Star's final 2 points on this backdoor cut for a layup. With only 9 seconds remaining in the game, Mary Star led by only 3, but Leyva was able to ice the game by grabbing the offensive rebound and would promptly run out the clock, eluding any attempt by Montclair to foul her. And when the time expired, Mary Star made hometown and school history by defeating the Montclair Cavaliers 34-31, becoming the first San Pedro, California-based high school to win a CIF State Southern California Regional Playoff game. The Stars' magical run would end in the quarterfinals 2 nights later with a loss to eventual regional champion Ramona. Head coach Victor Tuberosi was named the CIF Southern Section Division V AA Coach of the Year, and the Stars were honored by the school, the Southern Section, and the city of Los Angeles for their historic accomplishment.